Kionde Da, David Sullivan Alcon. Thank you all for being here with us today. This is our just another time for me to be able to just give you just a brief report on some of the events that took place last week. We're here in my office. This is the first time actually we were in the office, and I'm glad to be able to share with you a little bit of good things that have happened. Last week was very busy. It started out, we had the bison harvest over at Indian City that morning, and it was a very good event. We had one bison, and everything was processed the way that we always have done in the past, and it was good to see all of the community, all of the people, the men, the women, the children, everyone come together and be able to see all of that. Was just a real blessing to see how everyone enjoyed the food, for sure, as we enjoyed the fresh meat and all the fresh dishes that were prepared for lunch that day. And then we were also glad to be able to be there with our ladies that presented the scalp and victory dances with Leonard Kozad Jr. that afternoon there at the arena. We also had a guest there from the Smithsonian Institute, and it was good to have her there and to join us. And she has been working with Amanda Hill for several years, just in areas of preserving our songs, and that was part of the purpose for having that event, was to sing the songs for those dances and just help preserve and help to essentially give some practice for our people there. And it was a good day overall. But the day was the highlight of the day for all of us was to have our buffalo, our baby bison, was born at around 4 something that same day on Monday. So it was a good thing to have. As soon as I heard about it, I drove over and I was able to go out and see. It was raining that afternoon, or that late it was almost dark by the time I got there. But it was really nice to be able to see how the mother was over the baby, and all of the herd they were huddled around her to protect the baby from the rain. And I just thank Dawkey for giving us that new life. And so it was a real good thing. And so for other events that took place, I was really happy to be able to join the Head Start. All of the Head Start centers, they were able to. They had their book bash, and basically beginning in January, they set a goal of collectively all 3 centers reading 1,000 books. They beat that. They exceeded that by far by reading 2,526 books within about an 8 to 9 week period. So we were very proud of them, and we were able to enjoy a time of fun and games and food. We had the train ride, we had horse rides, we had bouncy houses, we had everything. And it was a fun day to join with them and celebrate their accomplishments. And next year, I've heard that they're going to have a full year reading competition, and I think the goal will be 5,000. I'm pretty positive that with that amount of time and with their competitive spirit, I believe that they'll exceed that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that next year. And then also on Saturday, we were able to experience and hear the songs of our Little Rabbit Society. And it was really nice to be able to join with all of the families there, with the young children, and for Legislator Warren Wheaton, also Grandpa Rabbit, to share the songs and to hear the young people, the children, singing along with him and pronouncing the words, and then dancing. It was just a beautiful event, and I was really glad that I was able to be there and enjoy that. And there were so many events, as you know. It was Mother's Day on Sunday, and so I know on my radio program I did wish all of our mothers happy Mother's Day, and I could just continue to say that because all of our mothers deserve to be honored and loved and cherished every day, not just on Mother's Day. And so I'll just say that again, happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers out there, and I just am thankful that you're out there always providing and being strong for our people in without you, our people wouldn't be here. I could tell you stories upon stories from my own family of how my grandmothers and great grandmothers, how they preserved our culture and how they continued on and kept our families going. And I know I wouldn't be here without them. So just to go over a few of our community events this coming week, and we had a great week last week, and there's just so many things going on with the end of the year, end of the school year, I should say. And so I know that we have so many events this evening, or there will be a District 7 webinar to discuss the proposed budget. If you're able to join that, I encourage you to join, and if there are any questions, we will be on there along with our finance team to go over some of the questions and just some of the elements that might come up. The Boys and Girls Club, they're having their open house on Wednesday, and so make sure that you also, if you're able, you're in the area, it will be in the Red Wolf Community Center. It will start at 5 o'clock, and so be sure to come in and join and be able to see what's going on. It's going to be an opportunity to showcase what our youth have been doing since the opening of the Boys and Girls Club this past school year. So be sure to join us, and it'll be a good celebration. And I know that also tomorrow the Head Start will be attending the zoo for their end of the year trip. And so I just want to, along with that, as they are closing out their year, I want to make sure that you know out there that the Head Start is open. They are in the process of taking applications for next year, and the Head Start just to be able to come in and use the facility or have your students or your children there, make sure that it's open to everyone. And so we're looking forward to a good summer. We're looking forward to a lot of things that are coming up. And as I'm thinking about, there are so many things that are happening, and my heart is going out to our communities and our families, and the community of Anadarko and the families there that have lost their, we've had some tragedy there with a couple of students. And so I was able to participate in the prayer walk last night, and it was a good event, a sad event. The family was there. Several members of the family were there, and it was just a good time to be able to come together and pray together, sing together. We had a group of young men that were from Anadarko that sang several Kiowa hymns and other songs there, and it was a good event. And so I just want to encourage you all to join me and continue to pray and uplift them as they're going through this time of grieving. And it's not ever an easy time. And I know that also they lost one of their teachers yesterday, a longtime teacher, Connie Thompson, and so she was also a teacher there at Mission, where one of the students was attending. So we just want to uplift all of the parents, all of the students, all of the staff members, and we just continue to pray for them. And so I know that there are so many other things I could talk about, but for now we'll stop. And if you have any other questions, or if you ever want to know more information, we're trying very hard to post all of our information on the website. It's still a work in progress as we transition and we start doing a lot of things in a different way. We're trying to make sure we get all of our boards and commissions filled, our open positions that we have. So we're just working to get all of these things in place so that we can have a better system of reporting and transparency. And so I'm just thankful to our media team, who they work so hard to help make this happen. And so they, even when they're sick, they come in and they're helping me. And so I'm thankful for them, and I just ask that you send good thoughts and prayers to them, as I know a couple are sick right now, and so they just send good thoughts out to them for their healing and their strength. And so with that, thank you for joining me for this Coffee with the Chairman, and I'm just thankful that we can always share with you all, and look forward to more reports coming down the road. I hope.